Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. We're going to start with Tillamook Mint Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Sensitive Flavored Lip Balm. Today is June 17th and I'm excited. You'll know why way before you see this, but yeah, Troll got some PR and it is fucking awesome. Oh, excuse me. Okay, I do curse on my channel. That's part of the intro, which I didn't do yet. So we're going to do a complete get ready with me. You see the brows are not even done. The redness is clearing up. So I'm thankful to be home because the water where I was different and this was awful. And I did shave my beard hairs down here, but you'll have seen me talk about that way before this. But let's just get into it. I'm gonna try to do the intro while I'm doing my brows. So this is like a full face get ready with me. There will be timestamps below, so I feel like I'm yelling. I am just so excited. I have not had Mountain Dew or Skittles today. Of course, I would love it if you stay and watch the full video, but I do understand if you need to skip because Trolls videos be long, and I know they do, but there will be timestamps down below. So the reason I call this the Crazy Troll Nation is the crazy is just knowing it's okay. This is down to a nub. I do have a backup one over here. Crazy because just knowing it's okay to be our authentic self. Trying not to believe that we need to act like, you know, someone else or even just other than how we are. Just owning who you are and just rocking it. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like as you're watching beauty related content that you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what we're told in whatever video that we're watching. I'm here to tell you, wear whatever you want to wear, using whatever tools you want to use, using whatever techniques you want to use, because your makeup needs to be a way that you are satisfied with it. Here we are about self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even without face paint on. That's the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation. You already found out I do curse sometimes in videos because I curse sometimes, period. I do try to catch myself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just like super excited right now, and excuse me for that, me making that face. I just ate a meatball parmesan thing from Wawa. It's Hoagie Fest in June, and so shorties are like $5 and classics are $6. And so, when I get classics, I eat half for lunch, half for dinner, or half one day, half the next day. But I'm like, for $6 versus a $5 shorty. So yeah, I got that and I ate that today. So, oh, the other thing I need to let you know, there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I do always say excuse me, even if I think you have not heard it. Sometimes I know y'all do, and I'm like, oh, that is really gross and disgusting, but I'm a troll, so, I mean, it makes sense, right? I think that's everything I need to let you know. I usually do brows before I start filming because, as you see, it takes a little bit of time. So this is going to be a video probably longer than most because we are starting from the basics. All I have on my face is skincare. I have a sample of an eye cream that I meant to bring to use, but then part of me doesn't want to try it because, well, part of me doesn't want to try it before a video because what if I have a reaction to it? You know, and my face is halfway done. I won't be able to finish the face or just power through it, which will prolong the reaction. And I just messed up right here, so this is just taking too long. So I think I might try it tonight. I don't know. And I do have enough backup eye serums, and so it's not that I really need to find a new one anytime soon. So that's that brow. Right? I know. Thank you. What else was I going to say? I had something that just escaped me, like really just that fast. Oh, this is going to be look number 9, which will probably be in the title, with the Natasha Denona Golden Palette, because I want to put down Log on the lid and then layer other shadows on top of it, because I want to see if it'll give me that grungy look that I got when I used MAC's Paint Pot in Black Mirror, the black one. And so that's what we're trying to do. I haven't rearranged the palette yet. Excuse me, not rearranged it, but I haven't swapped out shadows for shadows from the Star palette, and I just put those in here. So these are the 4 that may end up in, these are like all just cockeyed, but these may end up in the golden palette, because some of those shades don't show up on me, so it's like, why are you here? But they would be good for like blending out shades. And so I'm kind of torn still, as of June 17th, of if I do want to add those colors, because even the ones that don't show up, they would be good for blending out. But then the shades that do show up but barely, they'll be good for blending out. So I don't necessarily need to keep shadows in there that don't show up. I'm like royally messing up my brows, and so this is why I usually do it before. When I do my brows before videos, it takes me less than 2 minutes, and we're still here fussing with this, and it doesn't help that this is like a nub. So after I use it this time, this will be going in my makeup trash bag. So we're just going to leave our brows on different continents. Never the twain shall meet. I don't even think they're familiar with each other. They don't know each other's names. They know nothing about each other's history. So we're just going to leave it like this. And yeah, they're jacked up and I know it, but you know, it bees like that sometimes. And it's only makeup. And once the whole look is done, is anybody really going to analyze my brows? And I do feel sometimes I am my worst critic, because I'll be like, oh, my brows are jacked up in my mind, and people be like, oh, the eyeshadow look is pretty, the blending, the colors. And so, excuse me for that, most people don't even really see everything that we say. So I'm debating on whether to use Pat McGrath or Fenty. I've been using Pat for a while, so let's just go with the Fenty. So I want to put the primer 3 pumps, which is a lot. Usually I do just 2.5 or 2, a little bit more. Shade 335. Why is this like this? Why is that like that? What happened? And so then it's, did I put the cap on crooked? You know what? I'm wondering if I use this since Fabulous 50osity was here, because I'm just cleaning this up really quick. And it is dry, so this has been here. She doesn't use palettes. She uses primer and foundation on the back of her hand. And for me, like when I use, well, like when I put it on a palette like this, I'll usually take this and tap it on my face, and so there's nothing here. And so I'm like, what the hell is this here? But I think that's why. And so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and just clean this up. Yeah, that was really gross. And it is like partially dry, so it has been here for a while. So I'm wondering if that's what happened, because that's the only thing to me that makes sense. So now that's clean. So now we're going to just tap. I'm going to clean this out again later, because it's still, that looks gross. Well, to me, I don't have any brushes pulled out or anything. Let me know how you guys are doing. I've been using this brush a lot lately. I have 2 of these. This is the Sephora number 56, and they don't make them anymore, the ones with the silver ferrule. So we're going to make our soup. And because I want the most coverage under my eyes, because of my discoloration, that's why I always start there. And then I come around my nose, the redness in my mustache area, and around my mouth. Wherever you first put your brush, that's where you're going to get the most coverage. And then whatever's on the brush, I just go around my face. And yes, this foundation is like, girl, that is too light. Give it a few minutes and it's going to blend in perfect. The Fenty foundations for me do oxidize. The soft lit one did not oxidize, but the soft matte one does. And so how it's looking really kind of bright right now, it's going to blend in as it dries. The Estee Lauder does not oxidize. The Pat McGrath does not oxidize. And so, but I knew early on that Fenty did, because they matched me to 310, like when they first came out with the Fenty foundation. And as the day went on, I looked more and more pink. And I'm like, I am not pink. I'm like, what the hell? And excuse me for hearing that in my throat. And so then they matched me to 330. And both of them looked good when I first put it on. But the 310, as the day went on, I looked more and more pink. The 330, as the day went on, I looked more and more red. And I'm just like, what? And so I'm like, those are not my shades, even though that's what they matched me to. So when 335 came out, because I really like the formula, I said, let me just try it and see. And this, I am using all of it. I was like, this, you see what I'm saying? Like, just give it a moment. Give it a few moments. And It blends right in. I like this brush for this because I can come right between my brows. I can get right here in this corner, pretty much. And I can still have it this way and come along and it not disturb my brows. And so I do love this brush for that because I don't have to be extra careful. Like I do go slower, but it fits like perfectly right there. So how have y'all been doing? How about this for the first question? Do you do your brows before your eyeshadow or after? And I'm still thinking about when Fabulous Fiftiosity was here because she does brows last. And also, do you do your base face before your eyeshadow, excuse me, first or last? Because I know a lot of people do it after in case they have fallout. But me, it's hard for me to appreciate an eyeshadow look when my face isn't even. And so that's why I do my face first. But I do understand why some people don't. So, are you a brows first or brows after your eyeshadow look? And also, do you, excuse me, I'm sure that my throat. And also, oh my gosh, excuse me. Do you do your base face before or after your eyeshadow look? So those are 2 questions for this video. You know what, I just made a decision. This video is also going to be a giveaway video because I have this Ulta free gift with purchase thing that has been sitting here along with other stuff. And I'm sure I have another giveaway going on right now because I have like 3 scheduled out. One, I believe, is already posted, well, aired here on YouTube because I do schedule my videos ahead of time. Yeah, so June and July are going to be filled with giveaways, subscriber appreciation. So we're going to do one for this video because this thing that's sitting over here, I didn't know where to quite fit it in, and because it is just Ulta stuff, a gift with purchase, so it's like all Ulta stuff, and I don't use Ulta brand stuff. And then I thought, you know, I can put it with a Macquarie purchase, but then I'm like, even though it's Ulta brand stuff, it's like quite a bit just to give as a free gift with purchase for my Macquarie stuff. And I do, more often than not, I do a free gift with purchase with the Macquarie stuff when there is a purchase. So we did not have to open this one, but I did throw away the other one. We are going to take this brush right here, which I love, Scott Barnes number 65, and we're going to be using both of our Sigma bronzers. This one is dark. Grace has sent me this, and this one is deep, which I purchased. And because I always get confused over is darker than deep, or is deep darker than deep, I put a label on here on deep, and I put in parentheses, is darker than dark. So this says deep. That's the color of this bronzer, and this one is dark. And so that way I can just look at it and see the label and remember, okay, this one is dark or not. I'm turning on this little fan down here because I'm starting to sweat. It's like 80 something today, and it's a slight breeze, but it is like really kind of humid. So we're actually going to take the dark first, the lighter of the 2, and we're just going to kind of like walk the brush over. That just made me think of, and we're going to come here and then come like right under where my natural hollow is, which is right here. What was I saying? Oh, the allergy test. I call it a skin prick test, because let me know if you know what I'm talking about, or if you've had them, where it looks like a grill scrubber and they dip it into different things, and so they just do like this across your back with different ones, and then they wait to see which you have a reaction to. And so me doing this reminded me of that, and probably because I have another test coming up, and I don't know if it's going to be a skin prick test or it's going to be a blood test, because my primary, I'm allergic to quite a few prescription medications as well as other stuff in life, and he's thinking like, there's no way, well, he thinks it's unlikely for me to be allergic to certain medications that are not in the same family. And so he's thinking I'm allergic to one of the inactive ingredients in, well, whatever. But I'm like, how are they going to test you for like all known inactive ingredients? Which he didn't say they would test me for all known active ingredients. And even if I am allergic to it, or if I'm not, it may be the combination. So now we're going to take the darker one. Because even for some foods, so we're just going to put, look at that, oh my. So we're going to put that right in the hollow right here. And so even if it shows I'm not allergic to certain things in combination with something else I may be, because there's some skincare products, I'm like, I've never had a problem with this, but then I'll try something else, or, you know, a new serum or face cream, which I normally don't try new stuff, and then my face will break out. But when I use them individually, nothing happens. But if I use one after the other, I may have a reaction. So sometimes it's just a combination of things. And so I'm really just like, how is this test going to work out? Like, and so when they called to schedule me for the consult, I asked her, I'm like, how are they going to test for all known inactive ingredients? Because to me, that just sounds like it's not even possible. We're going to grab our Sigma blush that Grace also sent me. And so we're going to take a Scott Barnes brush. This one is a travel brush. This is not on his new website. And she said, that's when she said they'll either do like a skin prick test or they'll do blood work. But then I'm like, and I'm not a nurse. I don't know anything about testing, but I'm just like, because even when I go for regular blood work every 6 months, there's certain things that they're looking for. And so for just inactive ingredients, like how do you know the specifics? You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand. And so maybe when I go and I ask again, they'll be able to explain it in a way that I understand. Because I really don't. I love this blush because you see, it looks like I have a highlighter on already and I don't. This blush is a blush and a highlight. Look at that. It looks like there's a highlighter right there. And it's not. I love this blush. I do. So we're going to put that down and we're going to just grab MAC's highlighter. This is Double Gleam and it is Extra Dimension Skin Finish. So we're going to use this and might as well stick with Scott. Another one of his travel brushes. And we're just going to just put this like, even though I don't think it's necessary because that Sigma blush looks like it's a highlighter. But it does add more shine. Ooh. The brush that had our setting powder. Wow, like this, wow. And my forehead is looking toasty. So what we're going to do, we're also going to take some Radiant Light. This is Eternal Light. We don't want to be more toasty than we are because we're toasty enough. And we're going to just take this brush. Are we skipping Scott again? No, let's stick with Scott. This fluffy brush I haven't used in forever. This brush, y'all, is huge. This is the number 67. And so we're just going to just go in here. And we're just going to just do the perimeter, which is more than a perimeter because the brush is so friggin' big. But we're not doing like our T-zone area. And so this is all that we're doing with this. And I feel like my eyes want to tear, so I'm going to turn off this fan. Actually, I'm going to just tilt this so it's not blowing at me. So it's just kind of circulating the air around me. What are we going to do for eyeliner for lower lash line? We're going to, I'm just picking. We're going to put this lower lash line. We're going to put this one in the rims. And this one is MAC Color Excess Stage 5 Clinger Gel Pencil Eyeliner. And this is the color of it. So we are going to first get out the eye boogers with the lipstick applicator. And it's nice because it fits right in there. So now we're going to put this on. Oh, it almost didn't screw up. So I was thinking, like, is this almost done too? I don't know what shimmers we're going to use. All I know is we're going to put Log all over the lid and then place something on top of it. Because I just want to see if I can get that murky look I think that was look number 8. And I wasn't even going to do a look number 8. But I'm like, you know what? Let me put this paint pot over here. Doing those looks were exciting for me and also funny because some of the shades don't show up on me. I do have an appreciation for it though. And you know, some people were like, it is very basic and they don't show up that well on you, but you know, I can see it and it is a very pretty look. So if you're into the light ethereal type looks and you're around my complexion, I think you would enjoy that palette. And I did it, and in the video I did talk about, one of the videos, I talked about who would it be good for. And yes, I'm not going to get into that again. MAC Color Excess Sick Tat Bro Gel Pencil Eyeliner. And this is the color of it. We're going to put this I usually don't start on the top, and I don't know why I am now, except other than I'm looking in this mirror down here. So we're gonna put this on. So base face is pretty quick, you know, give or take. And without me talking, I can do my whole base face in less than 15 minutes. But because I'm talking, it's taking a little bit longer. I'm going to use the mirror in the palette and do my inner rim, the bottom inner rim, which is the bottom waterline. And then we're going to come over here and do this side. I think I'm going to still need to turn this fan off. I have so much stuff here that the air is like bouncing off of whatever is hitting, and it is still blowing like in my face, even though it's not facing me. So we're gonna put that down. My eyes are tearing a tiny bit. Let me just go ahead and turn this all the way off. If I do start to sweat again later, I will turn that back on. So the base face is done. The last thing we're gonna do for the base face, after I just said it was done, right? We're gonna spray the Scandinavia Bridal Formula spray. Whew. Some of that got in my nose. In my nose. I've learned to stop doing 6 sprays, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, because I do think it was too much. I just do overkill, y'all, sometimes, I know. So, and I don't even have brushes pulled out. So let me see what shadows we're going to use first before I prime my eyes, because once I prime them, I'm going to want to put shadow on top of it because it'll stick and feel weird. So we're going to take this brush, Hourglass number 3. We're going to use that for log. We're going to put this all over the friggin' lid. I don't know. I don't know, but because we're going to be using the metallics, whatever you want to call them, we're going to be using Esom V27 brushes. So I'm pulling out 2 of those. And part of me is like, do I want to do one on one eye and one on the other? And I'm kind of thinking maybe, because then if so, we can just put like these 2 on one side and put, you know, like these 2 on the other side, just to see, yeah, you know what, we're going to do that. So let me take out 2 more of these, just to see if we can get that murkiness and to see how different they are using different shadows. Taking out this brush, just, this is a, oh, I don't want this one. We're taking Scott Barnes, because this one is good for if I'm just going all over the lid, because it is long, whereas the other ones are a little bit shorter and not as fluffy. And I only have 1 of these, and when I realized I liked it, I went to get another one. They didn't have it anymore, because when I purchased it, it was on clearance. If I would have known I was going to really like it, I would have got 2. But anyway, so we're going to use the Scott Barnes. If we do put something up here, transition area-ish area. Transition area-ish area. Y'all speak troll by now, right? If y'all been here before. This is the number 62 brush. For lower lash line, we're going to take out 2 of our La Rouge brushes. And I do like these for lower lash line and for underbrow. So we may use underbrow. And while we're here, first thing I grabbed, this is Inglot, and this is number 75. Only because it should show up over these tones. So let me pull out a brush for that. So yeah, y'all, we just came here and we had nothing planned out. This one is frayed so friggin' much that it's hard to use, but we're going to use it. I'm not going to keep digging for brushes. So we're going to prime both the lids, and I'm excited to see how this is really going to show up. The only one, the one that's the brightest on me is Oro, and I think that's been the brightest on everybody. And yeah. And this one is decent too, but this, they just blend in. So let me know if you did watch those videos and if you enjoyed seeing me do the looks with this palette, because it was really me just feeling like a clown and just being like, how much can I do with this palette, and are the looks different? And I can honestly say the looks were different if you get nuanced, because just at a glance it's like this looks like all the other ones, unless you do like a halo eye or layer or something. But I'm still excited about it. Like, this is look number 9, and I kept telling myself, you know, just give it a rest. But I want to see if log will give me a different type of vibe for this palette. And so I am like super excited about it. I agree with Fabulous 50ocity. She says I do use a lot of eye primer. And I'm sitting here like, yeah. Yeah, I do. So I'm liking how this area is looking. We do not have any concealer on. So I am excited about that. I just have to continue using that cream twice a day. And I started putting also, that one is the, oh, what's the name of that cream? I don't remember what it is. It's not tacrolimus. Is it? It might be the tacrolimus cream. I do think that's what it's called. And I've also, after I put that on, I've been putting on the ketoconazole. And that's been helping to bring down the texture that I showed you down here. I think that was a live stream when I talked about, yeah, because it was last night, June 16th, when I got home. I just did an impromptu live stream. And so it is doing better. I just need to be consistent. And I hold to what I had said last night in the live stream, that part of it is where I was, the water was different, because my skin was just not, it wasn't liking it. And for under here, for my skin to be peeling to the point where even putting water on my face, it like burned, like my skin was just broken. And I'm just like, what the hell? Because I didn't do anything different. Somebody commented in another video. No, it wasn't a video. It was the Ulta Beauty Board. You know, they send the surveys and, you know, they have winners every so often. And so that's how I get my Ulta gift cards. And someone was saying how, no, I had said how when I know I'm going away, that's when I'll take some of the Beauty Bio eye patches, because I know I'm going to be more sleep deprived than I am at home. And it does help camouflage. Well, it does help my under eye discoloration. And somebody has said that was a good point, you know, doing different things. And I also do always take, now we're going to take log with this brush, that I do always take a couple of the Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta pills, because it does, you know, help my skin. And not knowing, you know, what's going to happen with where I am, you know, just, you know, different environment, different stuff in the air, or if you're going somewhere and it's near factories and there's smog or whatever. And somebody was saying that's a good point, because they noticed, like when they travel, depending on where they go, excuse me for that, they said like their hair feels more dry, their skin may feel more dry, and it took them a while to figure out it was because of where they were, whether it was the water or just the air. Like I know when I go camping, I know my skin is going to be like, girl, because of my allergies. And so I try to just think about, okay, what may I want to use? I don't like this right here, but it's stuck to the primer. So that's why that looks like that harsh line right there. But we're going to cover it up with a shimmer. And so this is Log all over the lid. And it is like super sticky, this primer for me. And this is a newish one. So that's what that's looking like. And it's not looking blended at all, because it's not going to blend. Because it's stuck to the primer. But once we get mattes on here, it'll look better. Oh, I think I can see the primer line. And also, she set the primer with my setting powder, because she likes just having like a smooth surface. And I do appreciate that, because right now it's like, okay, I should have just took a lighter shade or tapped on something for the transition area, because this shade is dark and it is just like sticking where I put it. Like seriously, like look at that. And then if I try to blend it out, all it does is like pull my skin. And so also this is a third question for the video. So the first one is, do you do your brows first or last? The second question is, do you do your base face, your complexion products before or after your eyeshadow look? And the third question is, do you set your primer with setting powder? And if so, why? Because some people, you know, they have oily lids, and so they have to set it, or regardless of what other techniques they use, their eyeshadow will crease. And so the why is very important. And on that note, I wonder if I'm gonna put these questions for the giveaway, because that's like 3 questions. So I need to not ask any more questions, because I don't want it to be overwhelming for you. But I'm going to show you what the price is. Can I reach it? Yeah, I'm going to have to like kind of slide over a little bit, but oh, look at this. And you see it's just moving, like my skin is moving. It is not Yeah, so pack more on, troll. This I am confident this is going to work. And Janessa had said, I think it might have been the live stream or somewhere, she had commented saying drag queen secret is if something isn't looking right or blending right, put glitter on it. And I told her, I said, I believe it, because I had 2 shades before that were not blending, and I just took, you know, like a shimmer and put in between them, and it was perfect. I'm like, oh, okay, I learned something today. And so when she said that, I'm like, ooh. But yeah, it does. This is harsh as hell. But we're going to pack stuff on top of it. I'm going to show you right now what the price is. Excuse me. Sorry if I shook you. This is the gift with purchase from Ulta. Still has a thing on here. I did show it in a video when I showed all the giveaway stuff that I have. And stuff has been added to that stuff I showed you since then. So this is the inside. I don't know what kind of material this is, but it feels different. And it came wrapped up in this paper. Oh man, I'm gonna need to find somewhere to put this on my lap. So what is in here? This is what was in here. So trying to see where I opened, where it can be opened. So, oh shoot, where am I going to put this stuff? All right, I'll put it there, so that way after I show you, I can just get back to the video. So it has a brush in here. So it's an angled brush, and it doesn't say anything. What says Ulta Beauty, I think, on here somewhere. I don't want to take up too much time. There is a lip gloss in here. Is it a lip gloss? A matte lip cream. So, right, y'all, it matches my shirt. And it has this item, which is shiny sheer lip gloss. That's pretty. It has, and these are all Ulta brand products, poreless face primer. The date you see this video is when it opens, and I'll have down below tinted eye primer, and I'll have down below when it's going to end. And you have New Heights Lifting Mascara. That's what this is. Very pretty packaging. There's a makeup sponge. It's not the softest one I've ever felt, but some people do like them a little more firm. And the last thing in here is, oh, I never opened it. Violet Hour, it says, and it's still wrapped in the plastic, and so I'm not even going to open it like at all. So, but that's everything that you'll receive, and it'll be back packaged in the plastic and in here. And so I will put those questions below, and yeah, and below will be when it closes out and all of that stuff. So all right, let's get back to the palette. I think I might need 2 blending brushes, because I'm gonna have to do something with this. So what I think, I do like how Varus shows up, so we're not going to use that. So what we're going to do for this side, so I don't confuse myself, we're going to take Nubia, and then we're going to take Aurum on this side. So one here and one on the second half. And then for this side, we're going to take, an Alchemist shows up on me pretty much. This one doesn't show up at all. So we're going to put this first. This is Kava on the first half of this lid. And then we're going to put this shade here. No, because Alchemist does show up. Then we're going to take Fizzy, because neither one of these really show up. And then we're going to put Fizzy on the outer half. So that's going to remind me. So this and this over here, and this over here. And then we'll probably use Sandstone as our blending or transition shade. And for this side, we might take this shade for Brow Bone, which is Lico. And for this side, we'll probably take Panna. This one shows up bright and dusty, but it does work, and I can tone it down. So what did we say, Nubia? I said all of that, and then I'm like, what? Oh, excuse me, hiccup and a belch. Go, girl. This is your birthday. So this is Nubia. Y'all, why for like the first 4 looks with this, well, whenever, I kept calling this Nebula. And I'm like, it's Nubia. I'm like, I don't know. Why the hell? And I'm going above the line here just to make it look a little less harsh. And so I just want to see. I just want to see. Like, I don't see. And we're going above this line too, where log was. And so you see how it is toning it down, which is great. Down here, there is a slight greenish hue to it, which I like. But I don't want layering to be a requirement. You know what I mean? I don't mind it as an option, like just playing around, trying something new. But I still wanted to do this just to see, like, am I going to want to just still keep this palette the way it is? And I really think not, but I just want to be sure. And now we're going to take Aurum, this shade down here in the bottom corner. And I love this formula. Oh my gosh. And we're going to put this on this, on the second half of the, I'll be making these noises. And it blends well, because you saw that stripe, but then when I come this way, it just blends out. Like this, I like this one. This is not one of the ones I was considering taking out. It was Fizzy, Kava, and probably this shade. But this does have a pink hue to it in the pan versus being gold. But if it's not going to show up a lot, why are you there? And Flesh doesn't show up on me at all, like not at all. So, but then it would be a good blend out shade or to tone something down. And so even sometimes when things don't show up, there is a purpose that I could use it for. And so this worked well halfway to blend out log, which is awesome because that was looking crazy. And so for stuff like this, y'all, just trust the process. Yeah, that did it. I just took a little bit more because we're going to put some more right here. So yeah, so just trust the process. We're going to go back to the first brush, not adding shadow. So we're just really just going across the crease area, which is the socket right here. Because it was looking like I could see lines, but I really don't. So that's this one, and it does kind of just blend into one shade. Now we're going to take, neither one of these show up, so I don't know what even to use first. We're just going to take Kava. Kava is a topper. That is a topper. I forget which one is. There's one sparkling wet effect in here, and there's one sparkling foil. There's one sparkling foil shade in here, and there's one sparkling wet effect in here. And I forget which is which. But this one, I am sure, Kava, I am sure, is a chroma crystal. And the same as these over here, I am seeing a greenish hue over it. And I'm sure it's because of log. Because on my bare skin, with just over the Fenty primer, all it did was show shine. But sometimes if you just want to shine, shine. Ooh, that's a horrible note. All right, let's try it again. Shine, 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 shine. Was that better, y'all? Shining, 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 shining. So if you just want to shine, you got it. So as you see, even over that brown, it is just it's not there. Now we're gonna take Fizzy. This is just so funny to me, but you know what? I am enjoying just playing with it, just to see like what I can do and what's going to happen. And I always feel good when I have something that excites me. And there were a few people that said, "I'm surprised you got the palette." I'm like, "Child, I surprised myself knowing that goals don't show up for me." So this is Fizzy. Fizzy is showing up. Fizzy is showing up grungy. Did I use that in look number 8? I'm going right here because of that line. That was super, super harsh. More harsh than over here. And even this side where it was harsh, excuse me, the shimmer did, the shimmer did camouflage that. So Fizzy is showing up kind of grungy, but I would have to use a base. But I wanted to see what stuff would show up and look like over log, so I wouldn't feel like, okay, I need to pull out a Max paint pot, the black one, all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so this is just really me. I should have had on my lab coat. I know that's what some of you are probably thinking, because this is very much an experiment, like just to see. Because I wanted to see if it'll show up or give me a grunge type effect. This had Kava on it, to see like, can I get that type of vibe that I got from the paint pot, putting log on it, even though the paint pot is black, but then I blended it out, shared it out, and this is a dark brown. And we're going back to the brush that had Fizzy on it. And so I do think this is similar to, sorry to poke you in the eye, I do really think this is similar to look number 8, the look I did over the black paint pot. And I do believe it was this eye that we did the paint pot over, the eye near the thermostat and not the curtain. So I'm wondering what formula. I didn't cut the box yet. I want to say this is the sparkling wet effect. I'm not sure, but we're going to keep going because time is rolling. So we're going to take flesh because it does not show up on me. So we're just going to put this up here with this brush. And so we're going to just tap in. Oh, okay. And we're going to tap first. We're going to tap first. And so I'm really just trying to see what purpose these shadows can serve. Because this one and this one are hella bright on me. This one made me look hella ashy. But once I blended it out, it served as a really nice brow bone shade. And so both of those are keepers. I mean, if I was pressed for, you know, I definitely wanted to add another color in here. Like instead of these 4, if there was a 5th shade, I do think Panna would go away. But this is still flesh that we're using. And so and that's the joy for me and the excitement for me. Is just trying to see, excuse me for that gurgle in my throat. Like what can we do? And this was hella bright. But if I do a thin line under my brow, like I liked it. So it's just learning, experimenting, playing around, and learning what purpose something can serve for me. And, you know, if I really like it. And I really did, which surprised me because at first I'm like, I don't like it. I was like, oh, hell no. But then as I kept using it, I'm like, you know what? Just tweak it. Do a really thin line. Whatever I use for this area, like we're using flesh now, just brush back over it, tone it down. And so these are the 2 looks that we have. And so this is reminiscent of look number 8. I don't know what this one is looking like. But down here, I am seeing a greenish hue. Over here, I am seeing a greenish hue. And maybe from putting the gold over top of the brown. You know what I mean? I'm going to take out this thin brush. This is an Esom brush. And we're going to take Leica. And it's M-L-I-K-O. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I just say Leica. And so we're just going to just put a thin line just right here. This one doesn't, it is bright if I do a thick line, but it's not as bright as Panna, and it doesn't make me look ashy. Panna makes me look ashy, so I definitely need like a brush like this and use the tip of it to just put it directly under my brow. And that is that. So we're going to go back to the brush that has flesh on it, and we're just going to just brush over that. We're still going to use the purple liner. Sense would say use a brown or a black. I feel my face starting to sweat. I'm going to turn this little fan back on. So we're just patting because I'm sweating. That's the only reason we're patting. I do have some fallout. It's minimal, which is awesome. Okay, I'll just turn the fan back on. And we are going to take... I know I've been using teak a lot. I do really like that shade, even though it's basic as hell. We're going to take, we do have 2 of them. We're going to take Varus over here. I was going to use the same shade for both, and then I thought about it. It's like, no, since we're doing different shades up top, even though it may not really look like it, let's just do different shades at the bottom. So now I'm wondering, like, do I want to do different eyeliner from upper lash line? Part of me wants to do a green. Oh, we might use Fortune from Melt Cosmetics. We're going to put that blush away. We're going to take a clean one, and we're going to take Alchemist, this shade here. So we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades. But it is 2 different looks though. Well, maybe 2 different looks. Boy, let me know if you picked up this palette, if you're enjoying it. If you have your eye on it, I do recommend waiting for her end of year sale, because her end of year sales are like really good. I do have a code, but you only get, I think, 15% off. Ulta, They sometimes have 20% off, including prestige items. The Sephora sale, if you're Rouge, you can get 20. This is not the brush for that. For 20% off. And sometimes they send, we're going to go back into VARS with the brush that have VARS. Sometimes if you're Rouge, Sephora will send you an invite email where you can send someone a 20% off code. So what I'm saying is you can get more than 15% off. But if you do use, we're going to go back with the other brush that Alchemist was on. I do appreciate when y'all do use my code, and I do receive an email when it gets used, and so I do thank you for that. It doesn't tell me who, so I don't know. So just like a blanket thank you for those of you who do. So these are the eyeshadow looks. I do like the murkiness of this, layering over log, and so even if I take out some of these gold shades that don't show up on me, I know I can still layer with whatever gold shades I leave in here. So we said we were going to take Fortune. Am I going to need another? We're also going to take Contemplative State from MAC. So I need another eyeliner brush. So we're going to take Fortune from Melt Cosmetics. And we're going to put this, what side? This is going to feel weird because I always do this side first. We're going to put this over here. Only because this does have a little more greenish type hue to it. A more grungy type vibe to it. I am excited that I know I can get somewhat of my preferred aesthetic, one of my preferred aesthetics out of this palette. I would just have to layer. But knowing I can layer something over log versus needing to use a paint pot or something else, that excites me because now I know I can just do it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what this was about. And I did intend initially just to do the same look on both eyes, but then when I was sitting here, I'm like, you know what, let's just see, since we're playing around to see what stuff will look like layered, so let's just layer, you know, multiple shades. And so that's how we ended up with now 10 looks instead of 8. Y'all, thumbs up. Who else have you seen that did 10 looks with this palette? Let me know. Thumbs up for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't seen nobody. I was just insisting on trying to get something new. This is MAC's Paint Pot. Oh, my thick thighs caught the lid. Contemplative State MAC's Paint Pot. And both of these, this one and this brush, was a MAC 210. Yeah, so thumbs up for that, y'all, because Troll was trying it. Trying to do something new, trying to do something different. Because I have seen a lot of, you know, 2-look videos, 3-look videos. And I'm like, I did 8, y'all. I did 8, and now this makes 10. So this is number 9 by the curtain and 10 by the thermostat. So I am proud of myself for that. And part of me feels like when I put this down for a nap, if I were to forget that I have it and one day I see it, I would still feel like I got my money's worth out of it. And granted, it was 1 look each eye, but still, if you just count the complete look for each eye, we did 10 looks. I would not at all feel like I wasted my money. This is nice. The liner, and I'm glad we chose the liners that we did, because this look is a little bit darker. We did the dark liner. This one is a little more ethereal. I did a hook right there or something. And so, yeah, we're gonna not blend. What am I talking about? We're gonna wipe off some Tillamook. I think I'm gonna do a purple lip. Y'all know I want to do a black. You do know that. But we're going, and actually I picked it without having to fiddle. This is number 52 dark purple. This is Sephora Cream Lip Stain Liquid Lipstick. And we're going to put this on. Thank you for being here. If you're still here, go ahead and subscribe. If you're not already, if you've been here before and you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that button. If you're still here, I'm going to take it that either you're multitasking and forgot my video was on, or that you were listening or watching it and you enjoyed it. So if so, click the like button, the thumbs up button, or the thumbs down button, and be like, I really didn't like it, but I was folding clothes and I just didn't reach over to turn it. Y'all, we're about realism here. We are about realism. Make sure your notifications are turned on to all. And you may, this came, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm talking too much, trying to do a lippy. You may need to go into your settings to make sure your notifications are on. Periodically over the last few years, I see a resurgence of videos saying why you're not being notified. And so it's the same situation. It just seems to come and go every few years. So if you're not receiving notifications, check your settings. And if you follow people like me who upload often, if you don't see me for a few days, go to my channel and make sure YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you, because it has unsubscribed me from some people. And other people have said to me, I was wondering where you were, and then I checked and I wasn't subscribed anymore, and so I resubscribed. So YouTube will unsubscribe you. For what reasons, I don't know. But because of all the giveaways, I do announce the winner in a community post. And it's usually 3 or 4 days. This is way down low that they have to respond. And there has been some who has forfeited because they didn't contact me. So if you're going to enter, make sure. I'm going to leave this like this. This side is more full than this side. It just is what it is. Oh, mascara. Max Stack mascara. So make sure your notifications are on. Make sure you're liking the videos that you like. If you know someone who enjoys makeup, enjoys watching makeup, enjoys tutorials, since that's mostly kind of what I do here, feel free to share my channel. Feel free to share my channel and/or just specific videos on your community tab. So where you see the like button, the subscribe button, all of that down below, the save and all that, there's one that says share. And if you click on that, it'll show you either you can copy the link, excuse me, oh my gosh, a hiccup and a belch, or it'll say post and it'll create a post. So there's different ways that you can share. And so in some ways YouTube makes stuff easy, but then in some ways it's like, why are you messing with notifications and unsubscribing people? You know what I mean? There's also, I do also have a membership, and aside from that, down below is thanks. Like if you really like immensely like a video, and or if you just want to further support my channel, because you being here watching supports my channel, you can click for thanks and you can contribute that way. And I say it that way because it is a financial contribution. But I would love to have you subscribe though, and also to join the Crazy Troll Nation. I do lean on my members for content and asking questions, and sometimes, just being like, hey, I haven't, posted just for y'all in a while. How are y'all doing? And so it does just bring us closer together. It's like it's like an inner circle type thing. And so if you want to be in there, I do welcome you to join. And I enjoy it, and I imagine that my members do too. But anyway, and it's not a lifelong commitment. You can cancel at any time. I think that's everything for like the housekeeping type stuff. I really like this mascara. I have a mini of the Lancome Sills Booster Mascara XL, which is a mascara base, mascara primer, excuse me. But it's like the way this, and also like some of my other mascaras work, I find that I don't even use it. And when I do use it, it still makes a difference. Excuse me. So this is the finished look, y'all. We done did everything from the brows to the crooked lip to the mascara. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna look back over my pictures and see how close this is, because some of the other looks, there were two that were like, if I saw one day, well, for most of them, if you saw one day and another one the next, it wouldn't be that much of a difference unless it was something like this versus something like this. But all of the looks that were just kind of ethereal like this, I mean, you can be nuanced, and if you keep looking, you can be like, okay, well, this is this, that's that, or whatever. But I do really like this look. Of course, I like this one too. So we'll say I like this one. I love this one because this one is a little darky. It has that murkiness to it that I like. But also, this is cool too. This palette is hard to mess up on for me because a lot of the shades don't show up like boom pow. Actually, none of them really do, except this one. I can put any combination on and it's going to look right. You know what I'm saying? So this is really easy to use. You saw how the formulas work, and even having the harsh lines with log, once we put on the shimmers and blended it out, like everything is fine. So this is very easy to use. And y'all, look number 9, look number 10. I'm like, what the heck? So let's do some pictures. Do some pictures. We're gonna hold this up for our screenshot. I'm still just like, damn, like 10 looks, really? And so this will be, get the glares off. This will be our thumbnail. Thank you for bearing with me with that. So make sure you read below. The questions again, do you do your brows before or after the eyeshadow look? That's one question. Another question is, do you do your base face before or after your eyeshadow look? And the other question, I forget what the other question was. Oh, do you set your eye primer with translucent powder or something? So those are the 3 questions if you want to win that bag. You do have to be subscribed. So yeah, we're going to go. Thank you so much, and you will see me soon, I promise you, because I'm here a lot. I'm here a lot. So as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Why did I just get loud when I said that? Because I really mean it. Thank you. Gracias, amiga. Yes. Excuse me. You'll see me soon.